Hello everybody, welcome back to Minecraft. Welcome back to Tekkit Lite 0.6.0. Today I'm going to showcase a power generation plant that I was working on for the last few days. I don't know if a lot of you guys know, but I was challenged finally to a build. The gentleman asked me to build a mass fabrication factory. So pretty much make power, make mass, make everything needed to do that, and then showcase it off. So I'm just going to showcase one of the 4 mini factories that I'm going to be making to do this. So right now we are standing in a small power generation facility, I'll call it, to do what we need to do, which is make mass. So pretty much right now I'm only running 4 generators, and I'm actually running with blaze rods. Now it's pretty simple, but it looks complicated, yes. So I'll start over here. I'll start with the redstone engine slash macerator slash everything happening in this corner machine. Pretty much what we have to do is you have to start with at least 1 blaze rod, and then you can macerate it into 2. So once you macerate a blaze rod, you get actually 5 blaze rods coming out of it. And what you can do, what I did, is actually pumped it out with redstone engines into a chest. And in the chest, I have Minium Stones. I don't know if a lot of you guys know, but what you can do is with a Minium Stone in this chest and also a Minium Stone in your auto crafting table, you can recreate automatically blaze rods. So what I did, it'll macerate 2 blaze rods each time. So it'll make 10 blaze dusts, which will make, I believe, 5 blaze rods. They come up and then they get sorted. Now my ratio that seems to work the best is 3 blaze rods go to the generators, and then 2 blaze rods go back to maceration, and they keep macerating over and over and over again. The way I'll get to it in more detail, but the reason I designed my factory in this way was so that I can keep these Minium Stones as long as I can. Pretty much once they go down through the pipes here, they go into the actual generator. So each generator has 64 in them each. Now I used geez, what are these called again? These are insertion pipes. I used advanced insertion pipes on each machine. So pretty much it'll fill up the first one, and then anything excess will go to the second one, to the third one, to the fourth one, and then out the end. Now that brings me to the second part of the facility here. Basically, any excess blaze rods come out through this pipe, and they go into a relay. So it'll switch it from DokuCraft pipes to pneumatic pipes, which is RedPower 2 or 3, I'm not too sure. And it goes into an item detector. What the item detector will do is it'll send a pulse out every time an item passes through it. So once the blaze rods pass through it, it sends a pulse out to this guy. It's a state cell. What a state cell will do is it'll hold a redstone signal for, in my case, 20 seconds, but it's programmable to however long you need it. Now, from this state cell, it'll send a signal out through this wire to shut off the macerator, so that if I have excess blaze rods running around in my generators, it won't actually lag out Minecraft. Because if you make way too much excess and there's way too much stuff going around and around and around in the pipes, it'll start lagging really bad. So this is a system I developed that'll prevent that. So what it'll do is it'll just keep making blaze rods until it needs to, and then stop making them. And then the second part of my state system is actually if the generators are running or not. So that's up here. Basically, if there's no load sensed, it'll shut obviously the macerator down. Also, it's using an EU detector cable set up to an inverter of sorts. You can just use a regular redstone torch, or you can use a RedPower inverter, and then that will again flip this on, which in turn sets this battery box to not output energy to this macerator. So it's actually a pretty easy system. So let's see how it works. Pretty much I have a mass fabricator right here. So what'll happen is when I turn this thing on, the state cell will turn off, which means it'll let blaze rods be made again, and then we'll see the whole system work. So I'll turn this on. You'll see this turns off, which turns that off, which starts the maceration again. You'll see blaze rods are coming out right away. So it's really nice. It's really quick, and then we'll watch it as it does a few. So pretty much what I have in here, I've set this to macerate 3 blaze rods at a time, not just 2, because 2 it doesn't create any excess in the 4 generator system. So you can actually change this ratio. So you can make 3, 4, 5 for however many generators you make. So this is completely scalable to however many you need. So we'll see in a sec here that it's going to create excess, and I believe it has right now. So what'll happen is it'll go through the side road detector and it's going to shut off the macerator. And it has. See that? It's not making any more blaze rods. Until this one is used, it'll keep making rods, or it won't make rods until they're used, which is nice. So what'll happen is these Minium Stones will last longer, so they won't just all get used up right away. So now that there's no load, once we turn the load off and this MFE gets charged again, you'll see that, again, it'll stop making blaze rods. So it's a system that'll keep your MFE charged, and it'll keep your Minium Stones at max, or as much as you can, obviously. So it's a pretty easy system. If you guys have any questions, if you want to see me actually building something like this, just send me a link or just shoot me a comment below, and I'll show you how I built it. I was just goofing around in creative mode, but you can totally do this 100% legit. I mean, I used gold pipes and you know, advanced stuff, but at the beginning you can set this up without gold pipes. It'll just be obviously a little bit slower, so you'll have to change your state cell to yay or nay. Like for instance, if you're using cobblestone pipes, you're gonna have to set this to, you know, 45 seconds, 1 minute to hold this, to keep this turned off while the blaze rods keep going around. So you'll see now that the state cell is turned off and blaze rods are now being made again to keep charging up this MFE. So it's really nice. It's a really cool system. It's really easy to make. And if you guys have any questions, again, just shoot me a comment below. So again, one last thing, you'll see the state cell is on. Every time it gets a signal, it keeps resetting. So now it won't be making any more blaze rods. So it's a nice system. It's really, again, it's really easy to use. It's really easy to make. And I'll leave you guys with that. Have a good one.